Hello, I wanted to provide a video for you that you could watch outside of class on something that we'll be doing in class. This is one of the key features of the flipped classroom model, where a teacher has prepared something ahead of time for their students to watch at home, so that instead of using class time to explain these instructions or to review basic concepts that not all of the students know but they need to know before they can move forward, or if we're using an applet in class that day and we want them to know how to use the applet as if they've been using it all year long, we might train them or explain all the features to them outside of class so that when they come they're ready just to get right on the application and start exploring and moving things around. So those are some advantages to doing this flipped classroom model, which makes it very popular, and you've probably heard a lot about it, and it is very easy to do with some software like the one that I'm going to be showing you. I'm actively using that software right now, so when I move my mouse you should see a yellow circle around the mouse so that you should know exactly where I'm at and what I'm doing on the screen. This program that I'm using is called screenematic.com. They will give you 15 minutes of free airtime where you can capture your image. You can see what I look like, so you can see your teacher and feel comfortable with who's talking to you, and the audio and all of the screen movement. I happen to be in a Word document right now that I typed this in before pushing the record button so that I could have something to point to besides just my face. But we'll go to a browser. Not that browser. One of the problems with using screen capture is it really does capture everything, and sometimes you'll need to re-record a few times to get the order that you want it presented to your students in exactly right. So here's the website, and it's called Screen-O-Matic. You just have to click, and the button you actually click is over here in this space, and it's partially cut off. You push the word start recording, and I want to play a little clip of theirs that's on the same screen to watch a very quick demo on how things work. Because I'm using the program while trying to tell you about it, I don't have all of those buttons to demonstrate and just show to you. So we'll play a little bit of their video for you.
Welcome to Screencast-O-Matic. With just one click you can bring up our screen recorder, which you can drag and resize to record anything on your screen. You can also choose from some standard recording sizes, including HD sizes, which work great for uploading to YouTube, or you can record full screen as well. You can choose the microphone that you'd like to use on your computer, and also adjust the recording volume using our auto adjust feature if you'd like to get the optimal recording level for your screencast. If you'd like, you can also record from a webcam. When you're ready to start recording, you click the record button, and all action inside of the frame will be recorded. You can pause and restart if needed, or click Done when you're finished.
Let's do a quick review. I know that went very quickly, but remember that your students can stop, rewind, pause, all of those features of a video, which gives them a lot more control and pacing over the information that they're receiving. The little white boxes around this space are the handlebars where you can adjust the screen size of exactly what you're going to capture from your screen. You don't have to have the full screen being taken in. If you want to put your picture, your image inserted into what is being recorded, this is the button that you would use to insert that image. When you're done, those options come up to download or upload it to YouTube. If you press record even after you've downloaded or uploaded, it will continue the next video at the end of where the last one stopped. So if you're not trying to accumulate a bunch of videos, you really do need to press restart so that you can get a fresh, brand new beginning of a video. Okay, I want to show you an example of mathematics that can be placed outside the classroom for your students. This is the screen that you're looking at is a notebook screen, and I haven't reduced the window, the capture window yet, so that you can see what you normally see in Notebook with your editing tools that a teacher uses. There's an option here where you can show a single page, or if you have a series of pages, you can show more than one at a time. You can actually write on the screen while you're recording and show that. You may have already written some notes or summarized, had a class discussion and summarized key characteristics of a function on a smart board, and you can save that and put it out for students that aren't there that day, absent, or for whatever reason. So I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to grab some handlebars and bring this in a little tighter so that it doesn't appear to be within a special program. So this looks a lot nicer, not so cluttered. The other problem that we're going to have is that there are some items behind my image here in this picture that having my snapshot showing is going to block. So we need to turn that image off so that we can see it better. Okay, so you can use this for lots of reasons. Maybe there was a really hard homework problem that students couldn't work through, and you're working with them in groups and collaboration and in class doing the homework together, and you offer to provide that to them so that they can look at it more closely or more slowly, or maybe you want your parents to see how to work a problem that they're confused and they would like to help their student but they don't know how. So there are lots of reasons that you would work out examples and post them for your students. So the one that I've selected involves transformations, which we've been discussing in class, and you've been exploring and learning conceptually how those things work. And this problem is asking for someone to determine what the coordinates would be, the ordered pair, of the first maximum turning point on this graph, 3 sine of 11x. This is a pre-calculus problem that students had to work here at UGA. And so in this case, you may want to review the parent graph. So over on this other screen, I have the parent graph, and I have it depicted here showing maximums and minimums, just so that students understand the vocabulary of the problem. What is the first maximum turning point? And on the parent graph, where is that located? At pi over 2. You might talk about the period, basic concepts that they should have already captured, but maybe that didn't sink in with them quite yet. And so you can talk about the basic shape of the sine curve and how one cycle begins, in this case at 0, and ends at 2 pi, although cycles never really do end, they go on forever. So then you can talk about the transformation and how we're trying to fit 11 of these cycles in that very same space. We're going to have to compress it and squeeze them in and get 11 of these shapes in this space. And we want to relabel the x coordinates so that we can know how to answer this problem. So in this case, you might show the student that the original location of the first maximum was at pi over 2, and set that equal to the transformed information and solve for x. So if we multiply both sides, divide both sides by 11, you'll get the new value, which is pi over 22. And then you can evenly mark off the other measurements, and they can know exactly what would go along the x-axis. So this would be one example of how you can talk about basic concepts and a particular homework problem and try and give them different ways of representing what they're doing algebraically and different things. So, okay, I want to talk about a few of the issues that we just saw in the last example. My image being on the screen actually prevented the students from seeing everything that I was sharing and talking about. And when you push record, they actually hide your picture while you're talking through that, so you don't even realize that you're blocking part of the content on the screen. And even though you take your image and you drag it to certain locations, it always seems to reappear on this particular program down in the right hand lower corner. And some screen sizes, when you position what you want to capture on your screen, are too small for that image to be displayed, and so they won't let you drag your image over and place it inside the box itself. You have to have it be just large enough. So sometimes you have to play with the width of your rectangular box that you'll be recording to get your image to fit inside that. So don't think that because it's being bounced off the outer edge that you can't get your image in the screenshot, because you can. You just have to have a window that's appropriate size. And then I also wanted to share with you a couple of video clips where students have made their own videos to play for the class. And in some cases, using a camera can be very effective, where you're not capturing just the screen. The screen's good for demonstrating applets and software and things that students will do on a computer, but sometimes you'll be doing things that don't require the computer, and you can capture that through the use of a camera. This is a video recording of a student who is just showing his notebook and describing what he has done for one of his homework problems, and he used his mobile camera to record the information that he then downloaded or uploaded to a website or YouTube. And this is another video clip showing a student who is working at a chalkboard, doing problems and explaining his work, and then it's been turned into a video to share. So students can certainly participate in making videos and providing that resource for teachers. Okay, so that is a brief little summary of making videos and what it might be like to experience some of this outside of the classroom, and we will plan on discussing this in more depth and what types of videos might be effective and are not effective, and give you a chance to make your own in a supportive environment. See you soon.